Welcome everyone to Strangest Species. Woo!
Woo, woo, woo.
And a Merry Christmas to everyone, if that's your thing.
Yeah,
I assume most
absolutely.
people
It's a
it
Merry
is.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
This is coming out, the day after Christmas? Tuesday? Yes.
Yeah.
It is not
Boxing Day.
yet. Yeah, it's coming out Boxing Day.
Boxing Day, yeah.
For all of you Commonwealthers.
Is it all the Commonwealths? That's
I don't
awesome.
know. You tell me.
I don't know.
It's your holiday.
I know, like, yeah, I think it's all the Commonwealths. Because I know, like, Australia, and I know Britain, and I know Canada. But
It was a thing down in Belize, but not like it is in Canada.
Right. It's definitely a thing. So, yeah.
You do all your crazy shopping.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people do shopping. It's kind of like maybe equivalent to, like Black Friday.
It's like the JV version of Black Friday.
Sure.
The B team.
I mean, the sales are still good. It's
Yeah,
most,
they are good.
yeah.
No, it's funny. You're right. They are good sales, and people are crazy,
Yeah.
and it's busy. It's just fascinating because it's after Christmas.
Right.
So it's not like buying it for. It's like, oh, I got my gift cards, and I got all my
yeah,
take it
or
back junk.
you got to return stuff and get what you want. And I don't know if maybe people in Canada give gifts differently, thinking, well, maybe I'll give a gift card, they can use it on Boxing Day. Or if they, like I wasn't really a grown adult there, so I don't know, like, if the logic is, you know what, I'll give the gift receipt and just, they can go return it for something that they might like more, like if it's an actual item.
Yeah. How old were you when you moved down here? 23?
No. Younger.
Younger? 22-ish? 21-ish?
Yeah. 2005.
Okay, that doesn't help.
I know. I can't do the math right now because my brain is just not working for me. So whatever that is.
Cool. I don't know what that is.
Well, I can figure out. Okay, so 2023, that means I've been here for 15, 16, 18 years. 40 minus 18. 22.
There you go.
There you go.
That's pretty good math.
See, I could do it. It just took me a
Both
minute.
you and I had to go out and do some last minute grocery shopping tonight.
Ooh, yes. That was terrible.
Yeah, shopping around the holidays is like the absolute worst.
It is the absolute worst.
Hopefully we don't have to leave our house for the next... There's the 22nd right now.
I mean, I
recording this.
deliberately went at like 9 o'clock at night.
And I went at 10:30.
But then there's also nothing in the store.
Yeah, Safeway was actually pretty good as far as stocked other than cranberries.
Yeah, everything was picked all over. Like, there was like 5 containers of strawberries to choose from.
Yeah,
They
there
were
weren't
all
strawberries. I saw that
terrible.
too. It just shocked me how many... I was telling Ethne this. You know, you go to the grocery store at 10:30 at night. There are like 4 cars in the parking lot and like 16 people walking around outside.
Yeah, it's
Just
weird. It just
So many people just...
and so many more
hanging.
unique people at nighttime. I don't go at the nighttime very often, but when I go, it's just a
It's always fun.
fun bunch.
Yeah. So I've had a couple of fun homeless interactions the last week.
Yeah.
Spokane had a lot of homeless people.
I thought they had been doing pretty good. I feel like I haven't seen near as many this,
Well, it's because they keep developing areas around us and moving them.
which is fine by me.
But I noticed, so not far from our house is a Costco, which is fairly new. I mean, not like brand new, a couple years old. But it's
Pretty
the only
new.
thing there. And they're just starting to develop around it. So across the street from Costco is a big empty
Forest.
field.
Well, isn't
Well, I'm talking about like...
the one that they're developing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So they've cleared... It was a forest. They've
It was a
cleared
forest.
it. They flattened it. They're going to build something over there. But it's hilarious because this is a big, giant field. There is one porta potty, and they have a giant chain link fence all around the porta potty. There's nothing else inside the chain link fence. They just put a fence around the porta potty.
So that like homeless people can't use
I
it?
can't imagine why else.
Wow.
Because there's lots of homeless people in the forest.
Yeah, there is over there. Yeah. There's another road going down to another neighborhood. Wandermere down by the golf course.
Mm-hmm.
That has like homeless camps in those trees just to the
Oh,
left
yeah,
of the
yeah,
road
yeah.
with
I know what
like
you're talking
fires and
It's quite the party over there.
yeah.
It's funny in the daytime you can't see them at all, but at night
It's only because the fires that you can actually
yeah.
see. Like they actually start a fire. I'm like, okay, does nobody want to kick these people out?
I guess not.
Guess.
Then I was at Costco. Oh, no, I was at Fred Meyer the other day. So I was at this grocery store, and I was buying stuff. I had one of our kids with us. He's 11, and there was like a malfunction with the checkout guy, like the computer.
Oh yeah.
And so he and I were working on that, and my son was looking at this big bin of Hot Wheel cars.
Oh yeah. This story. Okay.
And I'm not really paying attention to him because I'm talking to the guy that works there. But all of a sudden, I don't know if he's homeless. He definitely looked homeless. This gentleman walks up to my son and starts talking to him about Hot Wheels. And he's got a grocery cart, but there's nothing in the grocery cart. And he looks homeless. And he pulls out of his pocket like 6 like brand new Hot Wheel cars, but not in the packages. And he's talking up a story. Like he's acting like he's like 12 years old. Talking with my son, like, oh, this one's so good, and blah, blah, blah. And then he asked, like, do you want one? And my son was very like, Dad, can I have one of these? And I was still trying to figure out my stuff with the cashier. I was like, I don't care, whatever. And so he gives him one. It was a pretty cool Hot Wheel.
Yeah. And it looked brand new.
Yeah. And then we're leaving. And he's totally just opening Hot Wheels and putting them in his pocket.
So he gave our son a stolen Hot Wheel, but that he had opened so it didn't appear to be stolen.
And so I told our son in the car, I was like, you totally, like, I think he just stole that. Like, he just opened it from the package and gave it to you. Gosh. And he's like, what? Am I going to get in trouble? I'm like, no, dude.
Oh, dear.
It was pretty funny, though. I got a kick out of it.
Just special.
So, Ethne, if you were going to, do you know what we're going to talk about?
No, I have no idea what we're going to talk about.
Okay, good. Today's is going to be a little bit different. It's not a story.
Okay.
And normally all of our things are stories, events, whatever from the past. Today we're going into the future.
Oh, no.
It's the end of the year. We're looking ahead, man.
We are looking to 2024.
That's right. So, question for you.
Yes.
If you could design your ideal city, how would you structure a city?
Oh, gosh. I've never really thought about that.
Who doesn't think about that all the time? You don't always like pretend like you're the mayor of a city and you're going to design it?
Yeah, but I would definitely have a north-south freeway. Yep. That's what I would do.
You would have a freeway that is more efficient than the lack of freeway that we have.
Yeah, the lack, like, meaning 0.
Gotcha. Okay.
I would definitely do that.
So you want good transportation.
Okay.
That's fair.
I want a river or 2.
So you want some natural beautification projects.
Well, and water.
And water.
You know, fresh water's kind of important.
I guess so. Yeah. Good thing you can see us while you're in charge.
Yeah. Some cool parks.
What about some cool art, like when we live in Cleveland? Like a big rubber stamp statue.
I don't really have an affinity for like
ugly art?
Yeah, unique, bizarre art. I definitely do like art. I grew up with, a mom who really likes, art, like knowing what art is and stuff like that, and having good paintings on the wall.
My mom is an oil painter.
Yeah, and your mom was, so I appreciate.
I suck at painting worse than anyone else on the face of the planet.
I doubt it.
It's amazing how not artistic I am for a mother who's to sell her art.
Yeah, you just got to you got to just give it a try.
Oh, I've given it a try.
Okay.
It looks like the dog pooped on a canvas.
Okay. So, I would have like a big sports center. I would set up community sports so that I don't spend my whole life driving all over to do various sports.
I like it. Those sound like good things.
Yeah. Was that enough?
That's great.
I'd have 2 skyscrapers.
2, huh?
Only 2.
Would they have a bridge?
Yeah.
That's
Instead of the plus 20, it'd be like the plus 40 or the plus 60 because the bridge would be way up high.
But that's not why the plus 20 is called plus 20.
No, the plus
It's not
20.
a height thing.
I know.
Even though it is about 20 feet high.
It is about 20 feet high. It's to stay plus 20 degrees.
Celsius.
Yeah.
So in downtown Calgary, there's these bridges that connect all the buildings.
Yep.
Called the plus 20.
Mm-hmm. It's really cool.
So you don't have to go outside in the
freezing
nipple
cold.
freezing cold.
Yeah. In the freezing cold.
I like it. So we're going to talk about
A sea train. I want a sea
You
train.
want a sea train? Okay.
I'm sorry. Like
Ground public transportation train.
yeah, is that
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about a city
tunnels sometimes.
that it's being built.
Right now?
Yes.
Oh, I
And
love
it
it.
has a mega sea train, bullet train, sea train.
In Japan?
No.
Whoa.
We are going to the kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Ooh. Saudi Arabia.
Yep. So the Saudis, a couple years ago, announced a revolutionary city called NEOM.
NEOM?
NEOM.
NEOM.
I'm assuming you've never heard of NEOM. So NEOM is actually 4 cities.
Is that an acronym for something?
Is. So Neo,
New.
and then the Arabic word for future starts with an M. So I don't know how to pronounce it or what it is. So it's new future. So it's a future city.
Cool.
So like I said, there are 4 cities, in quotation, that they are building that are part of this revolutionary, modern lifestyle city.
Interesting.
So guess what the name of the first one is?
Oh, Millennium.
No, but it's a good guess because it is a super like straight out of a novel.
Okay.
If you're gonna write a book about
The future city. Okay.
So the first city is called The Line.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Is it shaped like a line?
Oh, it's shaped like a line.
Huh. The city is shaped like a line?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is what we're gonna do. If you're listening and not driving, or Ethne, if you're listening to me,
I'm listening.
good. I need you to, as we talk about these, I need you to Google them.
Okay.
Because it's hard to envision without looking at pictures.
Okay.
So
I am literally, you want me to Google it right now?
You can Google The Line right now,
Okay.
but in general, I don't want you to, actually don't yet.
Okay,
Let me
don't yet.
talk for a second about it.
Okay, sure.
But then I want you to Google them and then share your heart's contents with us.
Okay, perfect.
So, The Line, which is an amazing name, by the way,
Oh, I mean, it's very unique.
has no cars.
Okay.
It has no streets.
Okay.
It has no carbon emissions.
Of course not.
It will house 9 million people,
Oh,
which is a big city.
that's a huge city. How is this possible?
The concept, I'll tell you in a second, is that the entire development will be self-sufficient so that it will essentially be almost like its own country within Saudi Arabia, to the point that they would like the residents to be called Neomians, yeah, NEOM, rather than Saudis.
This is like weird.
It sounds just like District 1 from the Hunger Games to me.
Well, it also sounds like, yeah, it's so weird.
Like, there's not a better way in the world to divide your country than to put 10 million of its residents in the most amazing futuristic city while everyone else is sweating in the desert. Outside
How do
the
they
city.
decide who gets there?
I assume money, but I don't know. So anyways,
This is so strange.
here's the biggest part of The Line,
The biggest part of the line.
is how it is structured.
Like a line.
Like a line. 2 lines, actually.
2 lines.
2 parallel lines. but you need to really focus on these numbers I'm about to tell you, okay?
Okay.
The line is sandwiched. So the city is sandwiched between two parallel structures that are 500 meters tall.
So they're like a big, huge wall?
Mm-hmm.
How do they get like natural light?
Well, it's open on the top.
Okay, this is
1,600 feet tall.
that's ridiculous.
That's about 3 Space Needles.
Yeah.
Not quite 3 Space Needles.
But why is it so tall?
It's just big.
Okay.
But that's not even the big part. It runs from the Red Sea 170 kilometers into the desert.
How do
105 miles long.
how do people not need cars for that?
Well, we'll get there. Just
Okay.
imagine this building. This is by far the largest edifice ever constructed by humans.
The wall for the city.
line.
The line for the
Yes.
city. The wall. Whatever.
Right. Well, so
But the thing is, you will never get sunlight unless it is directly over top of you.
well, no, because they're not walls. That each one of these walls is what houses everything. That's where the apartments are. That's where the offices are. That's where stores are. And then in between these two is a 200-meter open spot that has parks and walking areas. And,
Either way, you're not going to get any sun unless it's directly above you.
well, you get sun the whole half the day that it's rising on your side or setting on the other side.
No, because it's going to block you.
But
And you're in the middle.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like your apartment would be in one of these two walls.
I understand that. It's still going to block the sun.
Okay, let's say you have an east-facing apartment, and the sun rises in the east. It'll be shining right into your apartment.
Sure, until noon. I'm talking about to grow anything, to do anything, to have anything grow. The only time they're going to have sun is directly above them. To grow grass, to have a garden.
There's no grass or gardens. This is future.
I don't like this place.
So now I want you to look it up.
Oh, now you do? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Just look up the line in Saudi Arabia?
The
or what?
line.
Just literally the line.
Or Saudi Arabia or NEOM.
Okay.
So the outside of these two parallel structures are going to be completely mirrored.
NEOM.
So there'll be two giant mirrors. Did you fathom what I said, though, on the distance? This is a solid building that runs for 105 miles. It's so big that you have to calculate the curvature of the earth into your building.
The line.
Which by definition really doesn't make it a line. It's more aptly called like the curve. That's what it should be called.
Meet the placemakers.
You seeing pictures of it?
I mean, I think so.
Let me see.
I feel like I'm watching.
No. Well, maybe. I don't know what that is. I've never seen whatever that is.
Well, it says NEOM.
Yeah. Okay. Go to just like images. Don't go to like the.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Like
you
which
see
one?
any of them, and then give us some expression. Like, what are you seeing there?
Is it a mirror?
Yes.
So am I only seeing one wall? Or is there
So-
two walls somewhere?
You're too far away. I can't tell what to look at. So there's two walls. There's a wall there and a wall there, and in between.
But there's no wall right here.
Right.
Why not?
I don't know. I didn't design it.
So, but everyone is in between that wall?
Everyone lives in the two walls and has like recreational space in between the two walls.
Are those all boats?
Those are boats, yes, because it's on the Red Sea. Speaking of which,
This is a real thing.
it has been under construction for about a year now. It is planned to have its first residents in 2030. Whether it actually happens, I'm very curious to see. But it is actually being built. Like you can go on Google Earth and see the satellite images of.
And no one thinks this is an absolutely terrible idea?
I'm sure lots of people think it's an absolutely terrible idea.
Huh.
There will be a high-speed train that, in theory, can go from one end to the other in 20 minutes.
Well, I mean, just Wow.
So the concept is that any amenity that you need will be within a 5-minute walk. And that every person will have a green space of some sort, a park, whatever, within a 2-minute walk.
How are they going to grow a green space? There's only a wall.
No, in between the wall, there's 200 meters.
I understand that, but there's no light.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I don't unless it's like AstroTurf.
I don't know.
I can't. This is so weird.
I mean, there's like beautiful gardens inside of the mall downtown Calgary. It's like a giant botanical garden.
But the whole roof is like glass.
But it's still just the roof.
Right, but the sun can get into the roof. If this is like a...
There's no roof over the middle part.
Okay.
I failed to see what you're seeing.
Okay.
But so do the Saudis, apparently.
Okay.
Alrighty. I still don't get why we can't grow stuff in the middle.
Okay, you have these two giant walls.
Uh-huh.
They are not see-through walls. They're not glass walls. So the sun rises here.
Mm-hmm.
There's no sun, no sun, no sun, no sun, no sun, no sun, no sun. The only sun that stuff in the middle actually gets is like maybe an hour while it covers over the top. And then there's no sun, no sun, no sun, no sun till it sets.
Gotcha. So yes, in the middle part, I see what you're saying. But in your apartment, you would still have natural sunlight and stuff.
Sure.
Right. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a plant growing person. But obviously I don't seem concerned with this.
Yeah, this is the part I'm trying to figure out. Unless they have a different... I mean, obviously this thing is way more technological than my brain can conceive. So maybe... Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. So the idea is that it's going to be all renewable energy. And it will impact the environment less because it's going up and not out.
I wonder who would like to live like this.
I would definitely not like to live like this.
This
I would like to like Airbnb it for a week.
I don't even know if I'd want to do that. Maybe a day.
Yeah, it'd be fun to check it out.
Yeah.
You like living in a giant mall, though.
Yeah.
So I definitely wouldn't want to live there. So on one end of the line, the part that you saw in the picture there that's in the Red Sea, will be it's called the Hidden Marina, which is a terrible name because will be the world's largest marina.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think it's going to be very hidden.
So it won't be hidden at all. It will be able to port ships twice as big as the world's current largest cruise ship.
It will be able twice as big.
So you could build a boat twice as big as the current cruise ship, and it will have the ability to port said boat.
Well, there you have it.
And it's currently under construction, and it is the largest excavation project in the world right now. The Hidden Marina.
Is Saudi Arabia an extremely wealthy country?
Yeah. I mean, they're a major oil producer.
Right. I knew that.
So they're definitely fighting. I mean, not literally, but they are trying to be more like Dubai in that sense. They're trying to get away from their economy strictly being on oil to a lot of tourism.
Well, I mean, this will bring people in just for sheer curiosity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. So that's the line.
All right. Sounds bizarre.
If they could pull it off, I don't think they'll pull it off personally. You might pull off some like version of the line, but I can't imagine they actually get it to what they projected it to be.
Okay. All right.
But you wouldn't want to live there if it was true.
Nope, for surely not.
Me either. But what do you think about the idea if things were just 5 minutes away?
Where I live, things are just 5 minutes away.
It's true. In car.
Yeah, I want my car. I don't. Yeah, no. I'm very happy.
Plus, I love nature. Like, I don't want to be inside of a giant.
I think I would legit lose my marbles.
Yeah. Maybe in a place like Saudi Arabia it makes more sense because you're building this in like an inhospitable desert.
I mean, if you're trying to make a place.
But like, if you want me to give up the river to live inside of a mall, it's not gonna happen.
Right. Definitely not.
Yeah, maybe like living with the world's like biggest HOA.
That's
terrible.
true. Everyone's in your business
Yeah.
and in your face. And
Like, oh, you have to put out your Halloween decorations. 4 of them. Exactly. Like, oh no.
but like
Don't tell me what to do.
your balcony is on the outside part. So you don't have to be facing into the courtyard and see all the stuff that's happening.
Well, if these outside are mirrored, there's not gonna be any balconies on the outside. So I'd assume if you had a balcony, it'd be on the inside.
Oh gosh.
It'd be cool to live next to a food court, though. That would be cool.
Would it?
Yeah. Get something like some pita pit.
But you still have to like buy it and spend all the money on it.
Sure. So, anyways, like I said, that's one of 4 cities that NEOM is building currently.
Okay. All right. Go NEOM.
The line.
The line.
It should be the curve
Yeah.
because it can't be a straight line because of the, you can't build a straight line on a ball. It doesn't work.
You're so ridiculous.
Anyways, the next one's called Trojena.
That's cute.
Yeah.
It's like the female version of the Trojan horse.
Yes.
Trojena.
So Trojena is a luxurious, futuristic ski resort.
This is so bizarre. I
What do you
can't.
think about that?
I mean, I've never been anywhere near Saudi Arabia, but I feel like it's a hot place.
Yeah, they ain't got no snow.
Yes. I feel like I'm confused again.
Yes. Yes.
I just.
So,
Obviously, it's indoor and it's all.
it is very not indoor.
Okay.
So they do have some relatively tall mountains there.
Okay.
Tall enough that the temperatures are quasi-conducive for winter sports when you're way up there.
Okay.
Problem being no precipitation to make snow. But if you could put snow there, it wouldn't like melt instantly. So
they've figured out a way to fabricate snow.
I mean, no different than how our mountains fabricate snow. They just have to do all of the snow via fake snow machines.
Our mountains don't do that.
Well, maybe not your Canadian mountains. There's a lot of mountains that do, though. They'll supplement their main runs with big, giant snow makers. They just pump water in and it blows out snow. You never heard of that?
I've heard of it, but I can't imagine that they really do it much.
Well, anyways, they're going to do it a whole bunch out there.
I'm just scratching my eyes because
Yeah.
I can't, my brain can't. I'm like, wow. The amount of money and resources that they're using to make this fake snow.
Yeah, the cool thing about it is they have to pump it all the way from the Red Sea. So they have to desalinate it before they
Maybe they
turn it into...
can't, maybe they're
snow.
just going to have salty snow.
No, they're going to desalinate it.
Do you have to desalinate it to turn
think
it
so.
into snow? Oh, it won't. Like the boiling, freezing point, everything is different, huh? With
Yeah.
salt in it.
I mean, I don't know all the...
No, but I mean, that
But
makes
yes,
sense.
they're going to desalinate it, and they're going to have to pump it a long, long ways. So it's going to be very not green friendly.
Oh,
make
but
all
don't
your
worry.
snow.
The line will make up for that.
In
Right?
theory. Yes.
Because that's
Except
the idea.
for the line's construction is going to take about 4 times the annual carbon footprint of the whole United Kingdom. So,
Oh my God.
I mean, it's kind of like the whole, I drive, I don't drive, but if you drove like an electric car,
Right.
but really your lithium in your battery and your charging stations are way worse than like my hybrid are.
Yeah.
But whatever. Feel good about yourselves, folks.
Virtue
Feel
signaling.
good about yourselves.
I don't know.
Without doing any real research. Dang science. Science
Oh
always
my
wins,
gosh.
man.
Okay,
Anywho,
so this
not
is
that I'm anything against electric cars. I just think, you should know what you're doing if you're going to say your electric car is amazing.
well, for sure.
If you want an electric car, get an electric car.
Yeah.
But don't think you're saving the world.
Please don't. But okay, so
So anyways, this place is cool.
Trojena?
Trojena.
Trojena.
You can look it up if you want.
I don't know how to spell it.
Trojena. Very Hispanic, Latin-y,
Hold on.
Spanish sounding
to open- unlock my
pronunciation.
Okay, hold on. Jena.
Yeah. So, like every good ski resort, there's going to be a giant man-made lake, but it doesn't freeze or anything, obviously. It's just a pretty lake. You could like go boating before you go skiing.
You know when a dog hears a weird sound and they turn their head sideways? That's what I keep doing.
Like, oh, wait.
Wait, this is the weirdest thing. Okay, I'm looking at some pictures.
So they have a section called the vault.
Wow.
That is going to be excavated from the mountains.
Look at the progress.
And that's their vertical city that everything will be in.
The most insane thing. I feel like I'm in a movie.
Yeah. Like a futuristic dystopian movie, right?
Yeah. This is
so go on, look it up.
Whoa, look. There's no trees.
I know. It's just like runs. It looks kind of actually boring, but
at the same time, like it's like
but cool.
Yeah. Like the Jetsons.
It does look very Jetson-esque.
Yes, like if you know what the Jetsons is, if you're old enough to even know. That makes us very old, I think.
I mean, the Jetsons was archaic when we were kids, so.
But it was still
we
at
were
least
watching like syndicated reruns. That were
sure, but it was still on TV.
It was on TV.
Like I don't even know if it exists. Yeah, this is wild.
Actually, we should show our kids the Jetsons. I bet they would like the Jetsons.
Yeah, we should. Can you really find it?
I'm sure you can find it. Yeah.
Oh, so is this what it looks like without any snow on it? This is wild.
I don't know.
That's what it looks like without snow?
Yeah. So you could have like, it looks like a golf course.
Yeah, maybe they're going to.
A manor golf course.
That'd be a really hard golf course.
Yeah.
Because it's very not flat. Okay, this is.
So.
I really actually want to go here.
So it seems like a very unrealistic thing to do, right?
Totally. This is.
But here's the deal. Saudi Arabia won the bid to host the 2029 Asian Winter Games. So they are hosting it at Trohina in 2029.
Well, they better get that butts in gear. Wow. This is... I want it. Can we go to those games?
Probably not.
Why not?
Because that would like cost a lot of money.
But yeah, that's still 7 years from now, right?
Well, it's almost 2024.
Oh,
so
only like
5-ish.
5 years from now. You said 2029. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, this place is way more appealing to me to see and actually try out than the line.
And this is more of like a destination, right?
Right.
Versus living there.
Right. Okay. All right. But why are they calling it a city then?
Well, NEOM is like, quote unquote, a city.
Oh, I thought.
With 4, but they're super spread out from each other. I don't know.
Okay.
I've never made up a futuristic city country, so I don't really know how it works.
Okay, cool. I'm sorry. I was just trying to follow here.
Okay, you ready to go to the third one?
I just feel like I can't handle it anymore.
So we went the Line, which is like the most boring English name ever. Then we had Trohina, which is very Spanish sounding. Now we have Sindala.
Ooh. C?
S.
I don't know how to spell this.
S-I-N.
Oh, do you want me to go to it yet?
You can in a second.
Okay, I won't.
D-A-L-A-H.
Well, don't tell me yet if I'm not typing it in.
So this is the first one. This is actually set to open next year, 2024. Or in like a week or two. Well, it won't open in a week or two, but in that year that's going to start.
Okay.
In a week or two. This is a luxury island resort.
Okay.
And it's very much what you would think a luxury island resort would have.
Does Saudi Arabia have like an ocean?
Yes.
Like they have the Red Sea.
Right.
But you don't really swim in that one, do you?
Sure, man.
Oh, okay. I don't know why, but I thought
there you go. So
not like the happiest of seas to be swimming in.
Well, not if you're an Egyptian. You get it?
No.
Oh, it was a Bible joke.
Okay, I get it now. I just didn't know. All right.
So, yeah, they got the Red Sea, and they also have.
But I mean, is it really like?
They have
I'm too ignorant to even ask these questions
because the Arabian Sea on the east, but It might not be called that on the east because it's like a Gulf.
Oh, yeah. I just want to be singing.
Oh, the Persian Gulf. Obviously.
Arabian Nights.
Yeah, that's what they sing all day, every day.
Like Arabian day.
So,
okay.
This is a luxury island resort.
Mm-hmm.
The idea, they want to be the world's premier yacht destination for like the Jeff Bezos of the world and stuff.
Oh, I'm right up there with them. I mean, you know me.
But it's going to have your typical huge marina, lots of restaurants, resort hotels, golf courses.
Fanciness.
But like whatever other.
But did they make an island, or is this an island that they just bought, or how does this work?
I've looked at a bunch of Google images of the construction of it, and I'm not sure because they like to make man-made islands out there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Actually, it's a good question. I don't know if this one's a man-made island or they've just picked an island, and I don't believe it is man-made. Like Dubai's got a bunch of them.
Wow.
So that one's not that exciting because it's just,
That's very exciting.
So look it up.
A beach tropical vacation.
Sindala. S-I-N.
Hold on. I gotta unlock my phone. S-I-N.
D-A-L-A-H.
D-A-L-A-H. Sindala Island.
Looks pretty sweet.
Oh, wow. It does look gorgeous. Oh, it's just really fancy.
Probably get some good seafood. Play around a golf.
Yeah.
Hang out on your $5 million yacht.
I mean, if you could, why wouldn't you? Right?
So true. So true.
How does Jeff Bezos get his yacht there?
In the water.
Who drives his yacht all the way there?
I'm sure he has a boat captain.
Oh. And he just is along for the ride. He's like, I'll fly an airplane and meet you at the other end.
Maybe he goes for the ride. I don't know. I have a patient who is a private yacht captain.
No.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, actually, she's not. Her boyfriend / husband / I don't know what they are, is.
Wow.
But I only see her when she's in. She'll come up for a week or two. And then she goes back down to Mexico or wherever they're at.
She rides with him?
Hmm? She takes care of the yacht.
Oh.
Cooks and stuff.
Whoa.
And captains.
But
it's their boat. And people
Oh, it's like
it's
like a yacht bed and breakfast?
Yeah, but for more than a night.
Yeah, but like a
people rent it for a month.
Like a yacht all inclusive?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I always know it's her because she always has really short shorts and she's got these crazy, I've never understood this, these crazy tattoos of naked chicks on her thighs. And she's very attractive, but I've always been kind of interesting.
She wants to show off her naked women tattoos on her thighs?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've never.
But she's really cool.
I'm sure I've never. Yeah. Well, okay. So can we rent her yacht?
If I had a lot more money, I'm sure. Yeah.
I want to try all these things. Okay. But I also seriously want to just go to Sindala. It just rolls off your tongue.
It does.
So much better than The Line.
The Line is a terrible name.
Yeah.
The Line. I agree.
Maybe they could call it 105 or something like that.
I don't know. So I think they had two different groups of people who came up with names for these cities. Because group one was all resorty sounding. Trojena and Sindala. And the other ones were dystopian future. The Line, and our last one, the Oxagon.
The Oxagon? Are you being serious?
Yeah, I'm being serious.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
I thought you were just making that up.
No, it really is. The fourth one is the Oxagon.
Oh my gosh. Oxagon.
Not octagon.
Right.
Oxagon.
Is that even a real thing? As far as a shape?
I don't know. No geometry.
O-X?
Yeah, O-X-A-G-O-N.
Oxagon.
But it is shaped like an octagon.
Oh, well, maybe in Saudi Arabian, the X sound makes the same as the CT.
Sure, we'll go with that. I don't know. So this is a floating industrial port city. Every one of these in my brain, I'm watching a Star Wars movie.
Oh, totally.
We're going to Oxagon, the floating port. Then we're going to the line, the long vertical city. Then we're going to Trojena, the artificial snowy city up in the mountains.
Then we're going to Tatooine to get
And then we're going to
green
Tatooine.
milk or blue milk.
I don't think that's Tatooine.
I don't know.
What's the name of that place? Where are you when you go there?
I can't remember. I thought it was Tatooine, but I have no idea.
No. Man.
Is the same guy that has the little quacky and monkey on him?
No, not Tatooine.
But is that the same, the little quacky and monkey from the same place? But it's not. As
Were
the
you
milk?
Yeah.
But it's not Tatooine?
No.
Well, now you're really thinking.
Shoot.
Oh, shoot.
I don't know.
It's been so long. I don't know.
Gotta focus.
Okay.
Anyways, so this is a floating port city. So this will be the business and industrial heart of NEOM.
But
And
none
it's
of
already located in essentially the busiest shipping lane in the world.
But none of these are close to each other?
I mean, no.
This is so weird.
They're not like far from each other, but they aren't like, you can just like drive from one to the other.
Right.
Especially since two of them are in the water. I mean, it's hard to drive. So think of like Seattle or Vancouver ports. You've been to those ports, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the cranes and everything. But then if you took that and you put it in Venice, and then you put it all on steroids, so it's like way bigger.
Okay.
That's the Octagon.
That's lots of information.
Yeah. But not only will it be a super cool floating port city thing,
Mm-hmm.
because, I mean, that's cool that you have a floating city.
Totally.
It'll also have a full city full of residential areas, entertainment, nightlife, restaurants, all the things.
All the things.
Which is just funny to me. Like, it just sounds so sci-fi. Like, oh yeah, I grew up in the floating port city.
That sounds super
I'm an
weird.
Oxygonian.
I'm an Oxygonian. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you so if you're from the line, can you say I'm a Linian?
Maybe.
Or how would you say it?
I don't know if you would be a Linian or if they don't want you to differentiate. You just want to be Noemians? No. No way. Noemians? Neomians. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. As long as you can differentiate yourself from all the other dirty people who don't live in NEOM. So this is supposed to open between 2025 and 26.
Wow, this is all very soon.
And that will be the first area with actual residential areas that you could buy and live in all of NEOM. You can visit the other ones and play. But if you wanted to live there permanently, you'll have to move to the Octagon. I'm holding off for the line.
No. Can I look up the Octagon?
Yes.
Okay. And Batu.
Oh, thank you. I don't know if I would have come up with that on my own sitting here.
To use.
I appreciate that.
Batu.
Ooh. Good job. So you, Ethniwa.
Okay, hold on. Octagon.
Are looking up the Octagon. That's right.
Yep. Octagon. This is the craziest.
Not like fighting Octagon. The Octagon.
It's very cool looking from outer space.
Yeah.
Like, look at that. It's a very...
Star Warsian.
Yeah, like, it's not real.
Well, luckily it's not real, so yet.
This is crazy. So, where do you live when I'm looking at these images? Like, are those the living quarters? Are those?
I don't know.
Huh.
I am not familiar with, again, how floating city residents work.
Are these all prototypes that we're looking at?
Yeah. And this is all stuff released by NEOM, by Saudi Arabia.
Because it looks like even they make it look like there's like little boats in the water and stuff, barges and
that's
things.
all fake.
Okay.
They probably just asked ChatGPT to make it.
Oh, they probably did.
So you would not be a fan of living in one of these places?
No. I wouldn't even have the desire. I don't even think to see the line, but that ski resort.
See it.
Yeah.
Just because it's so.
I mean,
unique and different.
That's true.
But I also wanted to sleep in one of those stupid little capsule hotels in Japan.
Yes,
so
you did.
I just like to see things.
And
I didn't get to sleep in one because I'm too tall.
they literally would not let him. He couldn't get capsuled in.
Yeah.
I remember you being so disappointed. I was thinking, thank goodness.
But when we stayed out in the country, the doors went up to like my nipples. So
it's true.
yeah.
I mean, that's what happens when you go to different places, right? You're just all built differently.
They are all built differently.
Anyway, I would never ever want to live in any of these places, obviously.
The Octagon doesn't sound as terrible because it seems like it's open, right? Like,
kind of, but it also seems very isolated, at least from the few images I saw, because...
Well, it is Saudi Arabia. Like, it's in the middle of the desert.
Right. So one kind of side of the Octagon is like watery, so you would really be limited to just there. And then the other side, like you said, is very barren wasteland outside of the Octagon or Oxagon. And so I would still feel...
I mean, for you or me,
like
coming from the West,
island fever. Like
But they
trapped.
probably live like that at a lot of places over there.
What do you mean?
They're like, I would assume a lot of their towns are essentially like islands. Like you grow up there, that's the only place you ever go.
Because they're so far and few between, or because
inhospitable desert
areas. Mm-hmm.
People are poor. I mean, it's not your mentality of like, oh, I'm going to travel across the country to this city and check it out. You know, like it's much more like, oh, I just got to live.
But at the same time, it can't be poor because they're building this insane amount of stuff.
That's true too.
You have to have the resources to do that.
I guess I can't specifically speak for the Middle East or Saudi Arabia.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, maybe not. I know there was a lot of pushback because they had to displace a lot of people to build the line specifically.
Well, I mean, it's 105 miles long.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to displace like a lot of things, I would assume.
Yes.
But then even it's on the... This is the most insane. The line is the one that is the most insane to me because you're literally going to create on one side of this wall, like a whole different biosphere. What's the right term I'm looking for than on what's on the other side? Because those things cannot, I mean, like wildlife or different species, butterflies. I don't even know. The whole thing just seems like not happening.
There are so many problems. I mean, if you spend 5 minutes thinking about it, you'll come up with a giant list of, this isn't going to work because of this, or the other.
Yeah.
So there is a plan for something similar. There's actually a few of these in the world that are planned.
The line or
Not necessarily
NEOM?
a line, but futuristic cities where they're trying to... Not all of them are in the same concept as the line, but they all have the same... So there's one called the Woven City in Japan that... And theirs isn't as much like green. So there's kind of a push here in the States. I don't know if you've ever heard of the 15-minute city. So there's a lot of more left-leaning urban places support these idea of everything you need within 15 minutes. And the line's definitely that on roids, right? Like it's everything you need within a 5-minute walk. It's like essentially living in a giant condo that you never have to leave.
Right.
So the Woven City, from the little bit I read about it, isn't that. It's more of a fully AI integrated city that will be much cleaner, much more efficient.
What part of Japan?
I don't remember. All the towns sound the same to me if I don't really know them.
I'm so curious.
Yeah.
I'll have to look it up.
But there is one, I'll say planned in the works, maybe not even in the works, being discussed. How about that? Here in the States.
Whoa.
In the Southwest, desert called Tolosa.
The Southwest Desert. I mean, I'm not
Down
in
in New Mexico, Arizona,
over
Nevada.
there. Over there.
Yeah.
Why do they pick deserts to do
Well,
this?
I think in Saudi Arabia, you don't have any choice.
Okay, perfect.
But here, I think it's because the idea is you're going to not take away from a more fertile piece of land to build a city. Not that deserts don't have their own rich and diverse ecosystems and
For sure.
are very biodiverse.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. It's another one of those, it sounds good for me to say this. We're going to make a desert a thriving place. The desert's thriving just fine without you in it. Anyways. Toulouse will have 36 districts where everything residents could ever need will be within a 15-minute walk. I want to be in District 24.
District 81.
No. There's only 36.
Oh.
81's more than that. 24. I want to be in the Ken Griffey Jr. District.
I want to be in District 4.
Well, we won't live together then.
That's,
So that's okay.
That's okay.
Why 4?
I don't know.
What's so great about District 4?
Number 4 has been my sports number for years.
Yeah.
Like kind of my lucky number, I guess.
So I think it's funny to have districts.
It's just
Set yourself up for failure, man.
so just not cool.
No fossil fuel vehicles are allowed in Tolosa.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
But there will be slow-moving autonomous cars and bicycles.
What are autonomous cars? I don't know. Slow. What does
You're not driving them. They're self-driving.
Oh.
Essentially, it's like the people mover at Disneyland.
What?
I don't know what it
I was
looks
thinking like more like Fred Flintstone cars.
Maybe you have to run.
You like paddle yourself around,
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Especially if they're made out of rocks.
I mean, it would be very green.
Yes. Very, very.
That's what we're going for.
Yes. So in the heart of Tolosa, there is a huge skyscraper, which will provide solar power and water to the city. Solar power makes sense. I don't know how they're going to provide water magically from having a skyscraper, but that's cool.
They pump it all the way up and then just shower it out
Yeah.
the top, and you just have to catch it.
It's like it's going to rain from 1 to 2 every day. And you have to go get your
I
water.
can't even handle this. It's like funny, but not funny. It's also
Yeah, so
terrifying.
it's going to be completely sustainable. All produce will be grown on site.
Magically?
Well, I'm just going to throw this out there.
Don't you need land? Like space for
There will
that?
be some. This is not a line. This one will have some space. It's not vertical like those ones. But if you're going to grow produce in the desert, it's not going to be very energy efficient. I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm all for taking care of Mother Earth. I love nature. I don't like hypocrisy about being environmental when you're not. It takes a lot of friggin' energy to grow green plants in the desert.
That's
Just
why
so people know.
you leave them to grow in places where they grow naturally better.
Right.
That's the way that you utilize the earth the best.
Or you grow them there, just know it's going to take a lot of extra work.
Well, not even just work.
Resources,
Again,
I mean.
resources. That's
what I mean by work.
that's
right?
like the hypocrisy behind the whole thing. It's so
So-
bizarre to even. It's so bizarre to even suggest like it will grow all of its own. It's like, okay,
Yeah. It's funny because I don't think any of these massive projects will ever work in the end.
so what do you think is going to happen? They're going to have just this giant 105-foot wall, and then they're going to realize this is dumb.
It'll work in the sense of like people can live there. It'll never be the utopia that they want it to be. Namely, because I think people are just too independent. Like you're not going to get 9 million people to follow an HOA. I mean, you can't get a neighborhood of like 6 blocks to follow an HOA. Like, you're not going to get that large of a population to just go along with everything. Like what happens when
I don't know, but they're like training you now.
So, I mean, what do you do with like the teenagers that are tagging it with graffiti everywhere?
I love it.
Or what do you do when there's like little mini black markets and gangs pop up?
They
Or a
kick them
police
out.
force.
Mike, they kick them out.
I mean, and you could just throw them out in the desert.
Yeah.
And then it becomes very Hunger Gamesy.
Yeah.
Very futuristic.
And the sandworm comes and
we
gets
can
them.
write a book right now. Like, you get tossed out of the futuristic city.
And then the sandworm comes and gets you.
I don't know, there are sandworms. There should be.
I'm telling in my book.
Oh, in your book.
In my book, there's
totally
sandworms.
What does it cost to live in one of these cities? Like, you asked who gets to be in it.
Yeah.
Great. So what do you do professionally to be in the city? I mean, I guess everything that you currently do. I mean, their
their population.
I mean, you would need teachers, and you would need janitors, and you would need
like, how are you going to regulate like the right amount of jobs to fit all of the different needs that you have? The whole thing is just too controlling.
Yeah.
Like, okay, with 9 million people, we need, 500,000 teachers. And
it's kind of like The Giver.
Yes.
It's like, okay, you're 18. You need to choose one of these 3 professions because this is what we need.
Yep.
But I want to be a doctor. Well, we have enough doctors. Sorry, you can't be a doctor. If you want to live in the line.
If you want to live in the line, you must be
we need you to
the
be
park lawn mower.
The lawnmower. See?
Who is going to want to live in these places?
I don't know.
I mean, maybe there are people out there that really find that appealing.
Oh, I'm sure there's lots of people who
Yeah.
would.
So I just don't think I am one of those people.
A larger population that wouldn't want to. Or even the same amount. I don't know.
I would assume so, but I mean, if they're letting anyone just sign up.
I mean, I would love to buy a condo in it when it first opens, just as a investment property, because it'll probably be worth a lot more money 10 years down the road.
No, it's just going to dwindle. And they're going to realize, like, oh, nobody actually really wants to live.
Because I can't afford to buy one. I'm sure they'll be like a fortune.
Yeah.
Which brings up another question I have. So you have a city of 9 million people that's completely isolated from the rest of the world. It's self-sufficient. Who governs it? So let's say we build one of these in Idaho. Build this big giant line that runs in southwest Idaho and
across the border into Washington.
Just somewhere in the middle of nowhere out
Right.
there where there's no anything. So who runs it? Does the federal government still run it? Does the Idaho government run it?
Is this rhetorical? Because I don't know the answer.
Yeah. There's not an answer.
Is
it a private entity that owns it? Like if it's a government, like if it's a general thing that is made, then I would assume, like if you're using taxpayer dollars and you can't discriminate against who lives there, so you're going to have to subsidize a bunch of people to come live in your futuristic city?
Well, that's what I think is going to start happening.
Cost you a fortune?
Yeah, the whole thing.
If it's private, then you have a giant socioeconomic like class divide instantaneously.
Yeah.
Like, okay, rich people, come live in the cool future thing. Poor people,
stay out in the desert.
That's right. Have fun. Live in poor old world life.
Well, they can't.
Like, our dog would hate living in the line.
Oh my gosh, she would hate it. Oh.
She's got to be free, man. She likes to run and dig. She doesn't want no artificial.
She has like a 5-foot park that she gets to like wag her tail on.
Yeah, it's like dogs in the airport.
Their little pee pad or whatever.
AstroTurf
Yeah.
place.
Yep, that's what you get,
There's a bunch
honey.
of dogs with depression in there, man.
Everybody.
Yeah.
It's going to literally change an entire ecosystem, like on either side of these walls.
It's true. So bottom line is, we're too dumb of a species for this to ever work. That's my takeaway.
Oh, I think we're too smart of a species for this to work.
So, and again, not that I'm not pro like making people's lives easier or better, but we get these machinations of these giant things that are going to solve all of our problems. And it's like, yeah, except for the 50 problems that brings. And everyone's like, no, we don't talk about that. We just are going to solve these 2 problems. It's like, oh, but okay. So for the next 100 years, these 50 problems that you make don't matter. No.
No.
We're going to solve this problem.
Well, it's just kind of like medicine.
It's like a lot of things. Yeah.
And we're going to solve this problem, but there are these 13 side effects.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Yeah. Not that I'm anti-medicine.
No, I'm not either.
Just gotta.
You just can't believe that if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Yeah.
And that's with anything. You know, the line maybe
suck.
Well, no, it
But
maybe
Trahina's gonna be cool.
it maybe sounds really good in theory and all the ideas behind it, but it just won't be when you really just take a little bit more time to delve into what that looks like. So
Yeah, but it's really fascinating to like think
it is
about it.
fascinating to think
It's
about.
so weird that it's actually like under construction.
Yeah, I want to see
Either you're gonna
live
lose-
images of what the construction looks like, because
Really
what
get
you
to
look
it.
up online.
There's really, really cool people who are following this stuff like all the time, and they go in. And I watched this one video. These dudes are straight up nerdy about it. I mean, they went through all of the companies from around the world, who's investing, who's actually on the ground working. They show all the pictures, all of the little cities that have popped up where the workers live, like these temporary cities that have popped up. You can see, I mean, it's insane.
I mean, it sounds
So
insane.
someone's going to lose a ton of money wasting it, never coming to fruition, which happens all the time. Or you're going to have some version of it, which is cool too. And we'll just see what happens with it.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder, is the government paying for all of this to be built, or these are like all investors?
Well, both. So you have billions of dollars from external investors coming in.
So there
But
are
Saudi
people
Arabia
with money
also-
out there that think this is a good idea.
There's definitely people who at least think it's a good idea for making money. Those are 2 very different questions, but
Yeah,
I mean, I could invest in something that I think is going to make money that I think is a bad idea still.
that's very true. Yeah, I mean, if you got it, flaunt it.
That's right. Go Uma. I had another thought. I don't remember now. But anyways, it'll be fascinating. It'll be
Yeah, I'm
interesting
curious
to
what
see.
that will look like. That's the one that's opening the furthest out, the line.
Yeah.
And Trahina was the first.
No. Sandala
Oh, yeah.
will be open
Because
next year.
because Trahina is the one that's got the Winter Games for
Yeah.
2029,
So
but not
it'll have to
Olympics.
be- no. So it's like
The Asian Winter Games.
It's like the qualifiers for the Olympics
Mm,
from the
cool.
Asian countries.
So then,
And then the Octagon was, what did I say, 25, 26?
I can't. Yes,
Yeah.
that is what you
Sorry.
said. No, that's okay.
Um, So it'll be interesting how they work, because it's going to. Oh, what I was going to say. I also wonder. You saw this with COVID, like in the States. Like we're so ingrained, and I won't speak for you, but I'll speak for me and many naturally born Americans, to not trust our government and to not do what we're told. That something like this is harder for me to wrap my brain in. Like there's no way I'm ever going to live in some kind of community that the government runs. Like it sounds terrible, but maybe in Europe, and I'd be interested to see what people's thoughts are, where they are much more open to trusting their government or going along with, like they're already closer to this kind of society than we are here, what they would think about something like this.
Yeah.
I think a lot of those countries, people are used to living in tighter relations where we're like, give me as much land as possible. I don't want to see my neighbors.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's an interesting thought. I don't know if the actual physical size of the country makes a difference, because Canada, I feel like.
No, even the physical size. They're not at all the physical size. I guess I don't think size at all. Just some of the cultures, I think, are just very different.
Yeah.
In different parts around the world, where maybe they would be more susceptible. Not susceptible, it's not the right word. More open to
Yeah.
an idea like this.
I mean, I really don't know.
Or I just go back to the dog. Well, there's no way the dog would live there.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. So interesting.
So,
Yeah.
definitely go look up everybody these places because they are gorgeous. Like the renderings and things are amazing. Mm-hmm. And they're very futuristic and very idealistic. So, curious what you guys all think. But yeah, go ahead and have a wonderful Christmas. Actually, you already had Christmas. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas when you hear this. And we'll be back in another week.
Yeah, we will.
I don't know what we're going to talk about yet.
Me
but
either.
We'll be back.
I never know.
All right, everyone.
Bye.
Take care.